How do you sort out the so-called jargon from real-world practices that work? Do the members of your organization find some business or technology advice utterly confusing? Welcome to Real Talk with Sam Holcman. In this program, we set the record straight, and in terms that business people and technology people can understand. Now, here is your host, Sam Holcman.
Welcome to this edition of Real Talk. I'm Sam Holcman. Thanks for joining me today. And I'm going to begin this broadcast by saying something I've never said before. And for those of you that have been listening to my broadcast for a number of years now, probably haven't heard this either because I haven't said it. But I'm going to say it now. I told you so. And that has to do with a May 6th, 2025 article titled IBM CEO, Smaller Domain-Specific GenAI Models Are the Future. I told you so. Lots of names going around right now. Popular name that's going on are small language models. Well, for those of you who have listened to me and have gone to our website, the Enterprise Architecture Center of Excellence, EACOE.org, you have seen numerous broadcasts, numerous articles on what we refer to as EAI, Enterprise Augmented Information. And basically, what we have been saying is that it's about the data. And this concept of generalized data is just not going to make it. No one, let me repeat, no company, no one is going to put their best practices on the internet. So what the heck is out there? Well, if you go back to some of our broadcasts, I explained the 4 types of data that are in the data world, if I can use that phrase, of only 2 of which are accessible by the generalized AI models anyways. So what you're getting with these large language models or small language models in the public domain are not best practices. So further in this article, and this is a surprising number, 1% of enterprise data is being accessed by a generative AI, So we see the same thing. People are looking for, I don't know what they're looking for out there. This is not difficult, ladies and gentlemen. Building your own data environment using these massively high processing engines, meaning the chips themselves and their supporting software, is what we're talking about. It's not abandoning AI. It's using it in an intelligent way, which is using and leveraging your data and then using these engines to process that. And you're not going to publish these things on the internet because that's your competitive advantage. So as the CEO continues, smaller models are incredibly accurate. Amen. Yes, because you know where the data came from. Smaller models are as much as 30 times less expensive to run. There's incredible advantages to all of this. So what is inhibiting people from doing this? If I can use the phrase that one of our clients used, actual work, and that involves essentially doing data architecture, data analysis, data modeling. All those terms that you hear out there are what we're talking about doing. So please go to our website. Yes, this is a commercial, and you can see how this is going to be done. It's not difficult. There's 3 representations that give us that understanding from a business perspective, a relationship between elements in the data environment perspective, and a technology neutral perspective that your organizations need. None of these are tech-oriented. They are consumable, human consumable by the business people, and of course are available to the technology folks to build your data environment and really build enterprise augmented information. So I thank the CEO of IBM for giving what we've been talking about for the last few years some credibility, because of course he has credibility with lots of folks that are a lot greater than mine, of course. Can't do anything about that, but I'm glad that finally the world is coming on board. And yes, The Enterprise Architecture Center of Excellence has the approach. We can train you, we can educate you, we can consult you in these areas. It is not difficult. As a matter of fact, it's a one-day training exercise to get you moving. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for tuning into Real Talk. Be sure to join your host, Sam Holcman, again for another edition of our program. We'll have more real topics of discussion then.